On everybody. Hey everybody. We are going to be experimenting with creating a Google Doc in our Google Drive. So you should have already experienced a bit of how to use Google Drive with the Google Drive scavenger hunt that we just did. Now we're going to talk about how do you input things into your drive. So the first thing that you need to realize and do is when you get to your drive, check out this little new button and I press it. And this gives you a whole list of things you can add, from like stuff that we won't cover today to a Google Doc, Google Sheets. We want to focus specifically on Google Docs. So I'm going to add a Google Doc. You can either add it from a blank document or a template. Usually I just do a blank document. So that opens it up and that automatically puts it on the first page of your drive or whichever folder you're in your drive. So let's call this a fun test. Okay, so now think Word document or anything like that. It's totally, you're able to input ideas. So met with GE 5th grade and they told me next week we are covering division of fractions, right? So, like, it just works like any other document. One thing I would say to think about when it comes to Google Drive is that, and Google Docs, is that you can always add pictures to stuff. And let me show you how to add pictures to something. So, let me open up a new tab. Microphone. I don't know how to spell it first. All right, so I go to images. This gives me all sorts of different microphones. So let's say I like this microphone and I want to drag it and drop it. This is the technique I use. There's lots of different ways. So I just drag it and drop it onto my desktop, and then I can then drop it from my desktop to my document. And then there are different things I can do with it. So if I want to break the text so it stays together, if I want to wrap the text around it, if I want to keep it really tight onto the picture, it allows me. So think if you're in the moment and you need to create something that has a quick visual in it, it allows you to do that really nicely and intuitively. The other thing too is sometimes let's say the teacher has a link that they want the kids to follow along, or a series of slides. So this is the same idea with how you share folders or share things on your Google Drive. You can create a link and then you can change how people can access it. So you can have anyone from Sanger Unified can edit, anyone can comment, or anyone can just see it. A lot of times when I'm working with kids, I want them to be able to edit it. So now I've made the link, I've copied it, right? So again, share, I like it, I highlight, I do Command C, or I click that button, copy link. And now I can send it in the form of an email, or if I wanted to embed it on a Google Slides or something like that, and put the link there. The way you embed a link, so let's say I have a link from Google Slides and I want to embed it into a document. I highlight what I want to be the link, and then I go up and you can click insert. I'm sorry. Which one is it? Format. I just do a quick command. There's other ways to do it, but I like to do Command K. So if I do Command K on my keyboard, and that allows me to insert a link, right? There also should be here. You probably are reading. There it is, right there. So I can also do it that way. So now whenever kids are working, or if I'm sharing this with colleagues, this then creates a link to another website. And keep in mind, so it linked back to itself because I linked to myself. Keep in mind that anything in Google Drive, whether it be a picture, a video, a folder itself, can be a link. So you can quickly share and link it to each other. So that's quickly how to create a Google Doc. From there, if you want to share it with an individual person, you could share it with, let's say, Monica Marriott. I want to share it with her, and then I'm going to let her have editing rights. I can even send her a little note, right? So then I'd send it. Now Monica has shared it. If I want to send it, let's see, to Teresa Blanchard, Katie Galt, Jillian Poe, Lydia Liao. I can send it to a whole group of people as well. Send. All right, so that's a quick tutorial on how to use Google Docs. Just to recap, you go to new, add a new folder, or add a new Google Doc rather, and then that Google Doc will show up somewhere in your drive. And then once that's there, right, so that's the one we just made, there's all sorts of fun things you can do about it. And keep in mind, all of that is shareable in the little blue share button. So you can either share it in the form of a link and link it to an email, or you could send it to physical people. All right, thanks a lot.